what's going on, guys? Welcome to what is set to be in a kind of emergency video for the main channel here at the very end of the TGC Summer Anniversary series this year. Now, this is a video I've wanted to do for a long time, one that's going to go out no matter what, but the reason it's an emergency video is just in the case that I don't get like another platinum or 100% video done in time. But it'll still be related to that very topic. And that is finally showing all of you my Xbox achievements. Because Xbox is not typically my preferred platform. I don't play on there as much, but I have had an Xbox for quite a while now. And I do have some things on here that are worth talking about. So we will scroll down here and I'll go all the way back to the lowest it'll go. And the first thing on the list is the Dishonored Definitive Edition, which is there because one of the first things I did when I got my Series S was get Game Pass at the time. Then I finally started playing through Dishonored. I played through a little bit of that, had a good time, and then just put it down and never came back to it, which is kind of the story of my life with most things, as I even did that with this very game over on Steam as well. But then the next one on here is Celeste, and of course I really like platformers. To be honest, I kind of prefer 3D platformers and collectathons over 2D platformers, but I do still like 2D platformers, and Celeste is a great game. I didn't put that much time into it, but I did play through it a little bit, really enjoyed my time, but I did ultimately put it down, and again, just haven't come back to it. Then I just really wanted to jump back into Arkham Asylum, so I bought the Return to Arkham games over here on Xbox, and because I think they were really cheap at the time, on some really good sale. So I got those again, jumped back into Arkham Asylum, played for quite a bit, again had a really good time with it, and I have actually beaten this game over on the PS3 back in the day, but I played it for quite a bit, had a good time with it, and then again just kind of put it down and didn't come back to this version on my Series S. And then I jumped into Dragon Age Origins for a little bit. Didn't do very much at all. Just got through like the first little bit you do right at the beginning of the game and then put it down again. And then I saw a really interesting game called One Night Stand. I'm like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? And it's literally, as the name implies, you're playing as a guy who just had a one-night stand with a girl. You wound up in her bed last night, and you just have to play through basically a visual novel, making some choices here and there. And I would later learn that people love just going through this game as fast as possible for achievements and trophies. I had no idea. I just thought it was like, what the hell is this game? I'll give it a try, especially because I got it right away at the start of having an Xbox and had nothing else to play. So I'm like, this is really cheap. This is interesting at the very least. Let's see. And I played through a few different endings, and it's fine, but I'll never go back to it. I don't think it's worth it to get the 100% there, but whatever. Then we have the Return to Arkham version of Arkham City. Again, I played through a little bit and then put it down before putting it down and then just never coming back to it. And Arkham City is a weird one. Like, everyone says it's the best game, and I understand why, but it just never clicked with me, and I much prefer Arkham Asylum. So I've actually never finished this game, and I've never started Arkham Knight. Maybe that'll change eventually, but for now, it has not. But then we get to the first game that I have 100% on here, and that is Life is Strange True Colors. And I was so excited for this game, so ready for it. I really liked the look of it when I first saw the announcement for it back in 2021, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, I love Life is Strange, one of my favorite series of all time. And I was ready for True Colors, and I really did enjoy it all the way through. And I know some people now in the community don't like this game, but I like the game a lot. Had a brilliant time with it, had a very good time playing through it, and got the 100% pretty quickly after starting it. And the only thing, honestly, I wish was different about this is that the DLC with Steph, Wavelengths, had its own achievements. I think that would have been sick, but it had nothing, so that kind of sucked. Which it didn't take away from it. I just personally would have liked to have some things for Wavelengths as well. But I still loved that DLC as well. It was a good time, and I liked playing as Steph. But that's 100% on there, everything done. And then I have Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which, again, I've actually started both on here and PlayStation. And it's a good game. I like it. But I'm also not really huge into Borderlands. So, I don't know. It hasn't super clicked for me or anything. So I've put a little bit of time into this version, put a little bit more time to the version on PlayStation. And that's about it. But I haven't got very far in either. And then we have Elden Ring, which I just tried because I had, of course, new people who do like FromSoft games, and they got Elden Ring right away, and they wanted someone else to play with. So I tried it for a bit, but I don't like FromSoft. So Elden Ring went about as well as you might think for someone who doesn't like FromSoft. Except I do actually really like Sekiro. I haven't got very far, but I do have that on my trophy list over on PlayStation, and that was the only one that even looked remotely interesting to me, and I would like to eventually go back to that one, but outside of that, yeah, I don't really like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or any of the ones that are a lot closer to that. I don't know. But, I mean, it's not a bad game, certainly not, like, it's just not for me. And then I end up jumping into a co-op playthrough of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and we didn't get very far at all. That's about it. And then me and that same co-op partner jumped into Overcooked 2, and he just did not really understand Overcooked very much. And I'm terrible at explaining things, so didn't do very much, and that's why I have no achievements on here. And then we did start a playthrough of some co-op Halo Combat Evolved. Apparently I did enough to earn 12 achievements in here. I don't know what the hell I ever did, but we did enough co-op for me to earn 12 achievements on that. So that was interesting for sure. But ultimately, not very much. We didn't even get anywhere close to finishing the first game. And I still have not. But got Halo on there. I did jump into Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a game that, again, I really love the look of. And I really want to jump back into. I just have not done that. But I did play it for a bit before, again, putting it down. I think about actually like halfway through the story of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Did quite a bit there. And again, I would love to jump back into it, but I just have not done that. But that's what I do want to jump back into eventually. And then that same co-op partner I was talking about playing games with before really wanted someone to play No Man's Sky with him. And I downloaded it for a bit, realized, nope, not a game for me, and put it down. But then we have Unravel 1, which I do really like. And this is actually one of the rare games that's kind of the inverse of how it would normally be for me, where I might start a game on Xbox but then play a lot more of it on PlayStation, where I've actually started this game on PlayStation and then played a lot more of it on Xbox. Still not very much, judging by, you'll see only 4 achievements on here, but I have gotten much further on this version than over on PlayStation, and I love Unravel, and I've played even more time and love Unravel 2, which I did play in co-op as well. And again, this is one that I will definitely go back to at some point. But yeah, I really like this game a lot. And I love Yarny as a character, and I like the puzzle platformer nature of the games. And yeah, like I said, I'll definitely jump back into this one. I just have not done that in a while. Then we have another 100%, which is Firewatch, which I have as 100% on both Xbox and PlayStation. It's a great game. I love the story of Firewatch, and the little extra miscellaneous things you can do for achievements is really cool. So yeah, I'll always highly recommend Firewatch. And then I jumped in and did a little bit at the beginning of Final Fantasy 13 before putting it down, just because I've never really been into Final Fantasy. To be fair, I've never given it a chance outside of starting this, so yeah, there's that. But then we have another 100%, and that's one of my favorite games of all time, and that is What Remains of Edith Finch, which I have 100%ed 3 times. Twice on PlayStation, and once on Xbox. And yeah, I love this game. I always highly recommend it. And then I started and put a good little bit of time into Jedi Fallen Order over here, but that's about it. Put it down, and again, I want to come back to it eventually, but I just haven't done that. I'm very weird with the way I play games, as you can probably tell. But then a game I also have 100% on another game I have 100% on Xbox and PlayStation is the game Lost Words Beyond the Page, and I love this cute little puzzle platformer. Absolutely loved finding this game. So glad it was on Game Pass at the time. And then I've since bought it a couple of times to support this dev team. And I really, if they're even still around, I would love to know what Sketchbook Games are working on, because I am here for it as soon as I learn what their next game could be. But that's even assuming that they're still around. I don't know. But yeah, I love this game. Then we move on to Life is Strange Before the Storm Remastered, which I got included in True Colors. I 100%ed that game just like I did for the original version over on PlayStation. And yeah, I like Before the Storm. It's not my favorite Life is Strange by any means, and I don't think it's the best one either, but I still like it, for sure. And getting a little more insight into Chloe, even if that's not from Don't Nod, but instead Deck 9, I think it still works. I'm definitely not a hater of Deck 9. I prefer Don't Nod, but I still like Before the Storm. And then we have The Artful Escape, which, of course, for the summer series, I platinumed the game on PlayStation for an episode. And I like the game a lot. I got through quite a bit of it over on Xbox, probably about halfway through, to be honest. But I just, again, kind of put it down, and that was about it. And I'd been meaning to get back to it for a while, but this is one I can say I did finally go back to it, and got that 100% over on PlayStation. And then another friend of mine, different from the co-op partner from earlier, wanted me to try out the game 7 Days to Die with him, and I did for a little bit, but again, ultimately put it down because we stopped playing, and I remember nothing about this game now. And then my sister and her boyfriend wanted me to try playing Fallout 76 with them. I did for a little bit, but again, another thing that's popular that I really don't like Bethesda's own games, like Bethesda Softworks or whatever the fucking game company is, you know? I really don't like their games. That goes from Fallout, Elder Scrolls, it doesn't really matter. I just don't really vibe with their stuff. So, I played it for a bit, had a good time just because I was playing with people that I know, but outside of that, I put it down eventually, never came back to it. And then, the same friend who wanted me to try 7 Days to Die wanted me to start playing Brawlhalla again, which I hadn't played in a long time. Used to play that on Steam. I didn't earn any achievements when we jumped back into it. I played it for a bit, and it's like, I mean, this is okay, but if I want a platform fighter, I'll just play Smash. Or PlayStation All-Stars, because I actually vibe with that game a lot. I like that game, but whatever. And then I started Oxenfree mainly because I was interested in it because of the high praise it got from Adam McDermott. Yeah, I don't know. It's a game that I started it, put it on the list, the achievement list, but didn't even really start it. I didn't even really play it. So eventually I will finally play this game, and then I think already own Oxenfree 2 as well, because I own both on PlayStation for sure. This one I don't think I own on Xbox, but someone I know owned it, and I downloaded it on their Xbox and started playing it. Anyway, yeah. So nothing earned there, but eventually I will play this game because it's so interesting to me. And then I did jump back into Life is Strange Remastered, or I started Life is Strange Remastered on Xbox because I was going to do a Let's Play of it. I started that, and those videos are on the Backlog channel still. I only ended up playing through episode 1 officially, and I don't know if I'll ever go back to it. I don't know. Like, it's my favorite game of all time. I love Life is Strange 1. And I already know that Life is Strange Remastered on PlayStation I'm making that my 100th platinum whenever I eventually get there. Because I want, that's like, because it's my favorite game, I know I want that to be such a big milestone. And I might eventually go back to an Xbox. I don't know. I have to see. I haven't really thought about it. But I might eventually, like, if I ever, I don't know. I'll think about it. But then we have Coffee Talk, which is a game, again, that I really like the look of. I have played a good little bit of it, and I was really enjoying my time with it. Again, I do like slower paced games. I like visual novels and stuff like that. So yeah, I was down for Coffee Talk. And I just haven't gone back to it. I will at some point. I can't say that. I will at some point. I just have not done that. Then we have Oblivion, which is only this high up on the list because I needed to get footage for Oblivion for the Xbox Year in Review video that I did back in 2023, I believe. But yeah, I've played Oblivion for a little bit, but never got very far. Again, I just don't really like Bethesda very much. So I probably won't ever go back to that. I do have Oblivion Remastered, so maybe give them another chance with that, but we'll see. But then we have the indie games Somerville, which, again, I started, liked, and then, again, just put it down and never came back to it, but I would like to jump back into it eventually. And then next up are 360 games officially here, because I got my own 360 and started playing some old wrestling games over on the 360. And up first we have SVR 07 and SVR 09. I didn't actually end up earning any achievements in 07, but I earned a few in 09. And I rag on 09 a lot, but I do still like the game. I had a good time jumping into the 360 version. Same thing with 07. And seeing like 07 for myself, like with my own eyes on my own TV and console in the HD glory that it is. SVR 07 on 360 is still a very good looking game, actually. It really is. But then we get into that co-op partner from before that I was playing like Unravel with, and like Unravel 2 coming up. We have a couple of games here that we got 100%, and that is from Hazelight Studios. We have A Way Out and It Takes Two. We both got 100% in both of those, and that was a great time. Hazelight's so good at making co-op games, and yeah, had a great time with both of those. Then we have SVR 2010 on here as well. It's my first wrestling game ever. I love this game, and I just jumped into it on the 360 because I got 09, 07, and 10 all at the same time for the 360 when I bought that thing. So yeah, I love jumping back into those. Then we have Unravel 2, which I would love so much to get the 100% for. I really would, but some of those time trials are rough. So strict, and I need to actually just kind of like buckle down, jump back into playing Unravel 2, and like really get my skills back up to eventually do that. I would love to do it, and probably will at some point. That's when I could actually see myself pushing through like the big difficulty of it. But for now, that hasn't happened. And then we have the first Assassin's Creed, which I would like to actually finish eventually, because I do like Assassin's Creed. I don't like the newer style, starting with Origins. I do like the style before Origins a lot more, and I like I like the idea of the first game a lot, but I haven't put very much time into it, so I think I will eventually go back to it, especially on Xbox, because it has achievements and it doesn't have trophies. But maybe eventually, just not now. Then we have WWE 2K22, which is another game that I like. So I got this right away, and of course I didn't have a PS5 at the time, so I only got the version for the series consoles, and I put a lot of time into it, got 70% of the achievements, had a good time with it. I do think it's still a fun game, But for me, there's just, like I've said before, there's just a bunch of issues with the current style of games. And, like, they're issues for me, but not for a lot of other people, so they won't ever be changed or fixed. And so, yeah, like, I'm off the WWE Games bandwagon at this point. But nonetheless, I did have a good time with 22 at the time. But then we have another Hazelight game, and that's their most recent with Split Fiction. Me and that same co-op partner jumped into and finished the story of Split Fiction, and I think we probably will eventually get the 100% like with It Takes Two and A Way Out, but we just haven't done that. Forza Horizon 5, I don't know why it's on here for me. I'm looking at it. I never played it on Xbox. I actually played it on PlayStation. Didn't do very much, but like this actually shouldn't be on here for me. Then we have Minesweeper and Solitaire Collection. This is actually just on my PC right now. Not right now, but beforehand. I did jump into a little bit of Minesweeper and Solitaire just to play them for a little bit, just because I wanted to do that. Didn't do very much, but just played it for a little bit to have a bit of a good time. Then I started South of Midnight, which again, I will jump back into eventually, just have not done that. Then we have Sunset Overdrive, which I jumped into over here a while ago, quite a while ago. But I actually finished the game over on Steam, so that's where most of my achievements and completion is for Sunset Overdrive. Great game, but yeah, I really just played that on Steam. Then we have Tell Me Why from Don't Nod, a game I love, a game you can only play on Steam or Xbox, and yeah, I love this game a lot. It is generally one of my favorite games from Don't Nod. I love this game so much, and I knew that I wanted to 100% this game, and I did. So that is a game 100% over here. And then we have Grounded, which again, I was playing with my sister and her boyfriend, actually. We played for a little bit, and I would love to eventually finish the story, at least, of this game. Just have not done that. And we'll probably never jump back into it together, because we don't really play games together that much. But yeah, that is really all that I've got. That is the end of my achievement list here on Xbox for everything that I've done over here on this platform. So, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, comment, and below, share on social media, do all that good stuff. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.